Hi, first grade friends. It's Mr. Burquest again, and for our math lesson today, we're going to talk about equal shares and fractions again, like we talked about the other day. Okay, so in this picture, I showed you this video yesterday. The whole pizza, that's a whole, and one slice is just a part. So I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pizza slices total. So it'd be 6, and there's one part is on top, so it'd be 1 over 6. So let's look over at this picture right here. So there's a square, okay, and there is 1/2 colored, so that's where we have that 1 right here, and it's out of 2. So there's 2 sides, so we put 2 on the bottom, and only 1 is colored, so it'll be a 1 right here, 1 over 2, okay? Now, we're gonna look at another one, 1 over 3. So if I were to have a square, how do you think I should divide this so we can have 1 out of 3? How many parts do I need total? Right, you need 3 parts total. So I have 1, 2, 3. Okay? And if we were going to make 1 out of 3 a fraction, oopsies, I wouldn't color the whole thing. I would just color one spot. So now 1 out of 3 is colored in. Okay? Let's look at these riddles. Okay? So when I read the riddle, I want you to think in your head what the answer might be. Okay? And I have some cool blocks to show you that it might help you out. Okay? So which is more, 1/2 or 1/3? So friends, here's a 1/2 block, and here is a 1/3 block. Which do you think would be more, 1/2 or 1/3? If you said 1/2, you would be right. I'm gonna put them right next to each other. Do you see that? 1/2 is actually bigger. Can I show you? So here's our 1 block. 1/2. When you have 2 1/2s, so I have 1, 2. That gives me a whole. Now if I have a 1/3 block, do you see I have 1, 2, 3, and that altogether is the same as 1. So when there's actually a bigger number on the bottom, like this, it's actually going to be smaller, each one. Okay? So let's look at our next one. Maybe you'll be able to guess what this one would be. Which is more, 1/4 or 1/3? 1/4 or 1/3? Remember what I just told you about how the bigger number, what that means? Here's 1/4. Oh, can you see that? That's a little yellow one. It says 1/4. Now here is 1/3 again. What do you think? Which one is bigger? If you said 1/3, you'd be right. Okay? 1/3, if I put them right next to each other, is actually bigger than 1/4. I know that's kind of tricky because the 4 is definitely a bigger number than the 3, but when we're using fractions, 1/3 is actually bigger. Okay? Remember, friends, 3 of our 1/3 blocks is actually the same size as 4 of our 1/4 blocks. Okay? So the higher the number is here, remember the bottom number, the denominator, the 4, that's how many blocks there are. Okay? So it's 1/4, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Let's look at our next one. Ooh. Which is more, 1 whole or 1/2? Maybe easy question. Think, would I rather, if I'm really, really hungry, would I rather have a whole pizza, or a half pizza? If I'm hungry, I know I definitely want a whole pizza instead of just a half pizza. That'd be a lot less. Okay, to see how that's a lot smaller, 1/2. Even though is 2 bigger than 1? 2 is definitely bigger than 1. But when it's 1/2, that's actually smaller than 1. Okay, so it'd actually be a little bit less. All right, friends, we're going to do one more. Which is more, 1/4 or 1/2? 1/4 or 1/2? Think in your head. Don't tell your neighbor. If you said 1/2, you would be right. Here's a 1/4 block and a 1/2 block. If you see, the 1/2 is actually a lot bigger. Okay? Remember when that denominator, or the lower number, the bigger that number gets, the smaller the cubes can get. Okay? Can I show you again? Remember when there is 1/4, that means there's 4 total in the whole. See it as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Maybe a block like, oh my goodness, 1/5. So there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Friends, I have a lot more I can show you. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? That's 8, so 1/8 would be pretty small, but it would not be as small as, can you see that? 1/12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1/12, even though 12 is a big number, 1/12 is actually super small. Do you see that? Compared to just 1. Okay? We're going to look at this page together, and that's the last thing we're going to do today. So this question says, how many equal parts are there? Let's look at the circle. Now to find the equal parts, you need to count how many parts there are. I see 1, 2, whoopsies, 2, 3. So there are 3 equal parts. Write a fraction in each part of the circle. So I would write, if we're talking about 1 part of the third, we'd write 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. And if we were going to color just 1/3, I would just color in 1 of our spots. Okay? Let's look at the next one. How many equal parts are there? Count in your head. Point. 4. There's 4. You're right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what would a fraction be? 1/4. So friends, if I was going to color 1/4 of this square, how many spaces would I color in? Right, we'd color in just 1. And that would be 1/4. Let's look at our next one. How many equal parts are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I was going to color in 1/6, I would color in just 1 shape. Okay, let's look at our last one. How many equal parts are there in this whole? 1, 2, 8. Right, there's 8. All right, 8 right here. And instead of coloring 1/8 this time, I'm going to color 2/8. So how many of those 8 boxes should I color? 2, right. I'm going to color 1, 2. Awesome. That's the last thing we're going to do. Thanks for watching, friends. We miss you at school. Hope you're having a great day today. Make sure you talk to me or talk to a parent if you have questions, okay? Bye.